Good morning, everybody. It is December 28th, and here's today's plan of attack. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom in on today. So yesterday did follow through. Well, before we talk about today, let's talk about yesterday. So as I talked yesterday in yesterday's plan of attack, if you didn't watch it, feel free to watch it after this one to see how it all played out or what the plan was before it unfolded, right? But I was basically looking for yesterday to be bearish, basically as price is rallying up into this congestion of moving averages, right? And the down move is what happened for the day. After that, we kind of just had to pick our entry point, like where did we want to get in? So ended up doing let's go to yesterday. Okay, so we did this live in the Small Account Mastery and in the options room if you're not one of those members, which I am sure about probably 80% of y'all are watching this are part of it. So basically, this is just a quick recap if you weren't there. But at the initial open, there was a flush lower, right? We waited. I know some traders played this move, which is awesome, and they got what they needed out of it. But this green line was VWAP. This price was rallying up into VWAP in this area. That's when initiated a call credit spread. And then after initiating the call credit spread, price just went sideways, right? It really didn't go anywhere into the afternoon. Then we got the flush lower. And so I want to show you how the price reacted based on just the sideways move. So yesterday, I've been going back and forth between the drama-free version and the at the money version. I really don't see that they're like it's really trader preference, and I've been looking at it as a how much I say as a it depends what type of day it is, really. All right, so right here is so you're aware of what you're looking at. This is just a screenshot I took at the end of the day. So here's SPX. Right here is the exact times that I entered the trade, where the stop loss was at, and where the target was at. And so this push up, there's a little bit of a differences when you look at price. This is a 5-minute chart, and this is a 1-minute chart, so that's why it looks slightly different. But like I said, on that price rally up into the VWAP area right there, boom, is when we entered a call credit spread for $2. And you see that SPX just went completely sideways, right? And then I ended up closing it for 50% of the credit received. I believe it was about right here. Simply because price wasn't moving the way I wanted it to, and I got 50% as price moving sideways. Decided to go ahead and lock it up after being in it for an hour and a half and just calling it a day. It is holiday hours, or holiday trading is what you will call it, and so large moves more than likely won't happen. So I was okay with the 50%. But the point is, I just wanted to show how we got in, and it just drifted sideways, locked it up for 50% as nothing happened. So that's one little benefit to the drama-free version. If you did that at the money version, you would have been holding on to it for quite a while before you could have locked up your position. All right, so that was yesterday, but let's talk about today. What's the plan for today? So today, it's kind of a tricky spot, but I have a plan for both. All right, so like I've always start this, we look from the daily chart and narrow it down, try to forecast what we expect today's candle. How is it going to close? And price is still just in a channel, right? I've been talking about this support and resistance level, and we've been bouncing around right here. I'm still in the essence or thinking that this breakdown is going to go to the downside. You see how all these wicks, and this is a good trick for anybody. So in this point right here, you're like, man, what way is this potentially going to go? You can't tell, right? On the daily time frame. But what I can say is that there is resistance overhead from price and moving averages. All right, cool. There's overhead resistance. I'm going to go into, and the tip here was to go into smaller time frames to see what is potentially playing out. So here is a 2-hour chart. See if it gives us any indication. Still support, support, once again, resistance, resistance, and we're right smack in the middle. We might be forming somewhat of a sloppy little wedge. Let me actually minimize that, and I'll go into hourly. Let's go in a little bit smaller. Okay, so if we go from this high, let's see what this forms here. So we have that. We'll go from here. Not super clean. A lot of pokes below, right back in, pokes below, back in, and then it's been respected here. And let's just go ahead and zoom into hourly. You see it's hitting the hourly, it was hitting the hourly 50 and stalling there. So basically, if it could break this trend line, I think we get a strong flush back down again. But if we ramp up, that is a possibility, but I don't think there's a whole lot of room to the upside. So standing back and looking at all this, that's what it looks like. So what does it look like is going to happen? That's basically if trend line breaks, I think we get a flush lower. We could potentially get a quick pop, then flush. Really could go either way, but I'm still looking bearishly because there is a lot of overhead resistance. I'm going to pull up the quick hits chart and go over the plan if it will let me. Okay, here's the quick hits chart. All right, so the move might be happening right now, but we'll see. We could always wait for it. So there is a 30-minute squeeze that is losing momentum. It did rally up to the daily 5 EMA. There is sell signals against that level. Price has been consolidating all night, rallied up into that level, the daily 5 EMA, and getting sell signals, and is also hitting the hourly 50 EMA. So those are all very important levels. And it actually kind of makes this, that's one thing about these charts, it makes the decision tree kind of, in my opinion, quite easy. All right, so how am I going to look to play this? With where it's currently at, I like the downside. At the open, if we get a quick flush and then pop up back into these moving averages of sell signals, I'll look to do it to the short side, right? Get sell signal, boom, take it down. All right, but what if we do want to go higher and retest these levels? Okay, cool. My plan for that is simply, I want price confirmation. So you see as price has kind of been lingering lower below resistance, if we do get a spike up, I want it to clear these moving averages because I do not think we're going to go anywhere with them in the way. So if we do get a strong rally out of it, cool. Get our pullback that usually occurs, buy signals, take it to the upside. Boom. But at the moment, I do think the short side is the way to go. With where it's currently at, like I said, it'll probably get a quick flush, maybe bounce here, and then so bounce off about 38.55, maybe 38.50. I like a bounce up to about 38.60. Give me some arrows, and then let's write it back down for the day. So that's my plan for the day. Hope it was helpful. I hope yesterday was helpful for those of you in the options room and the small cap mastery to see us do it live. And if you did not participate and you didn't, something's not making sense, by all means, feel free to ask questions. I'd love to help you out. But that's all I have for y'all. And if in the options room, I'll see you at the open to do this trade with y'all live as well. So, have a great day, and I will see y'all next time. I guess tomorrow. Take care, everybody.